Indian Academy. Let us discuss the second part of advent of the Europeans in today's class. We have already discussed the first part in the yesterday's class, that is advent of the Europeans. We have discussed about Portuguese, and I have also said that we will study the advent of the Europeans in a chronological way by remembering this mnemonic. Okay, by remembering this mnemonic, that is your PDF. Okay, here PDF may E represents English. It means this Portuguese, Dutch, English, and French. Okay, among them the Danes also came in between this time period, but Danes are not important for your exam perspective. So this is your mnemonic, you can remember from this. So see, after the arrival of the Portuguese, the Dutch people came to India. Before coming to India, this Dutch people have arrived first in Indonesia, okay, in the Southeast Asian region, in the Indonesia region. If you see the Southeast Asia region or the Indonesia region, it is also popular for the spices. So these people, the Dutch people, have first arrived in Indonesia, okay, for the spice trading. Later, they have established their factory in India, okay. They have established their factories in India, in the eastern part, in the eastern coast, they have established their factory. But gradually, what will happen when the British will enter in India? Then when they will arrive, they will try to eliminate the rivalries in India. The other European powers, they will try to remove the other European powers from India. And in that removal, in that elimination process, they will have different wars with the Portuguese, different wars with the Dutch. So when it comes to the war with the Dutch, they will have an important battle, that is the Battle of Bedara in 1759. This Battle of Bedara actually marks the ending of the Dutch power in India, because in this battle, what will happen? The Dutch will be defeated by the English. After this, there will be an agreement between the Dutch and the English. The English will give Indonesia to the Dutch, and English said that they will withdraw all the claims with the British East India Company from Indonesia and Southeast Asia, and the Dutch have withdrawn their claims from India. It means Dutch were given Indonesia to do their trading activities, and English have got India. Okay, so they have eliminated Dutch after the Battle of Bedara 1759. So when it comes to Danes, these Danes from the Denmark, these people were not much concerned about the financial resources. They were actually concerned about the missionary activities. So that is why they were not that much important for us, and there were no major wars also between the British and the Danes, because they were more concerned about the missionary activities. Now, the most powerful European among all the Europeans, that is the British power. So this British among all the Europeans are the most powerful one. Okay, and this British, when they arrived to India, when they arrived in India, these people have actually eliminated the other European powers from India. Now what will happen? During the time of the Mughal ruler Jahangir, as we have discussed in the Mughal period video, that during the time of Jahangir, the Britishers have entered into India. Initially, it was Captain Hawkins that visited the court of Jahangir to seek permission for the establishment of a factory in India. He was not given any kind of permission by the Mughal ruler. Later, Sir Thomas Roe in 1615 will visit the court of Jahangir, and after this, what will happen? After this, the Mughal ruler Jahangir will grant some permission to the British. This Captain Thomas Roe, he was sent as an ambassador by the British, so he got this permission to establish a factory in India. Okay, so now after this, the Jahangir's rule marks the entry of the British power in India as a trading company. If we see that after 1615 they got this permission, okay, but before then also they have established already one temporary factory in 1613, but that factory was only a temporary factory. 1615 ke baad hi they have established their permanent factory, and that factory was actually established because in 1612 there was a battle, that is Battle of Swali, between whom? Between the Portuguese and the English, where the Portuguese were defeated by the English army by using their naval power, and that is why the Mughal ruler was very much impressed by realizing the naval power of the English. So that is why when he was impressed, that is why he granted permission to establish a factory, but that factory was established in 1613. It was not a permanent factory. Okay, Later, if we talk about the company's concessions and all, and later Mughal ruler Farooq Shah. Farooq Shah have granted the royal order, the royal farman to the East India Company to do duty-free trade in the eastern part of India. Okay, so now this royal farman also was very important for the development of British power in India. So it was started with Captain William Hawkins. Further, the later Mughal rulers have given further concessions that have strengthened the British power in India. After this, what will happen? The Britishers, they will try to expand in different parts of India, and they will try to control the overall parts of India by establishing the three presidencies in India. So this British, they will establish the three presidencies in India to control the overall India. Okay, now see, they have established the three presidencies, that is, their first presidency was in Madras, okay, in Madras. That is the Madras presidency, called as Fort St. George. Then they have one presidency in Bombay, okay, Bombay. Then they have one presidency in where? Calcutta, okay, Calcutta. So from there, they will be controlling this part. From here, they will be controlling this part. And from here, Madras, they will be controlling this part. So they had this aim to control overall India, and that is why they have established these three presidencies in the strategic location of India, so that they control the overall region of India. So that is why their expansion or their consolidation in India is very much important. They have used diplomacy also, they have used force also to establish their hold in India. After this, the last European, that is the French, they have arrived in India. And like the English, I said, the French were also very much powerful among the Europeans, and that is why there will be a number of wars between the Britishers and the French. Okay, the French were the last to arrive to India. Their company was established in 1664 by Colbert, and during that time, the ruler, the king was Louis XIV. He was the ruler of France. So they were the last European power to arrive to India, but they were also equally powerful. So when this French people came to India, they have actually established their factories mostly in the eastern coast, and this eastern coast was important for the French people, and they had their headquarter in where? Pondicherry. So see, for the French people, this eastern coast is important, and this region is actually called as Sircars. Okay, this region is actually called as Sircars, or you can say this region as Carnatic region also. So between this French and British, the rivalry will be basically for this region, okay, this eastern part. That is why the wars between the British and the French are called as Carnatic wars. There will be a prolonged time period of war between these people, Britishers and France people, but it will end at the end in 1763 with the Treaty of Paris. Okay, with the Treaty of Paris, this actually rivalry will be ended. Okay, so now Treaty of Paris 1763, French restricted to trading only, means the French power was limited to India only in case of trading activities. Political expansion was actually not allowed. Okay, political expansion was not allowed. You can see the company's formation here. Portuguese 1498 visited your Calicut. English East India Company in 1600. Dutch Company 1602. Dane 1616. French 1664. This is about the company, okay? About the company formation. So, if we see the chronology about the advent of the Europeans in India, then the chronology is PDF. Okay, so Portuguese, Dutch, English, French. In between, Danes came, but Danes are not important for your exam perspective. This parts we have already discussed in the first part. So I hope this video is helpful for you guys. Go through this video, okay? And if you have any doubt, you can contact us. Okay? We are always there for you. Thank you. Thank you very much.